Hi guys. So these companies then transferred control of the Ethernet standard to the IEEE, which in turn created the 802.3 Ethernet Committee. At the center of these early networks was a hub. A hub is nothing more than an electronic repeater. It interprets the ones and zeros coming in from one port and repeats the same signal out to the other connected ports. Right, and this should remind you guys of the broadcast address, where a hub is just sending the information it gets to everything else connected to it. Now, all network technologies break data transmitted between computers into smaller pieces called frames. Using relatively small frames enables computers to share the cable easily. Each computer listens on the segment, sending a few frames of data whenever it detects that no other computer is transmitting. All Internet frames begin with a preamble, a 64-bit series of alternating ones and zeros that end with 11, or 1-1. Now, each NIC, so you get a string of 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, but the end of those arbitrary digits would be 1, 1 at the very end. Now, each NIC, more commonly called a node on an Ethernet network, must have a unique identifying address. Ethernet identifies the NICs on a network using special 48-bit or 6-byte binary addresses known as MAC addresses. There are many situations in which one computer might have two or more NICs, so one physical system might represent more than one node. Network diagnostic programs, commonly called Sniffers, can order a NIC to run in promiscuous mode. Of an Ethernet frame has fewer than 64 bytes of data to haul, when an Ethernet frame has fewer than 46 bytes of data to hold, the sending NIC will automatically add extra data, a pad, to bring the data up to the minimum 64 bytes. The Csma CD is a network access method that maps to the IEEE 802.3 standard for Ethernet networks. The frame check sequence, or FCS, is Ethernet's term for the cyclic redundancy check, enabling the Ethernet nodes to recognize when bad things happen to good data. Now, Ethernet networks use a system called Carrier Sense Multiple Access / Collision Detection, or CSMA / CD, to determine which computer should use a shared cable at a given moment. Carrier Sense means that each node using the network examines the cable before sending a data frame. Multiple Access means that all machines have equal access to the wire. Now, in an Ethernet network, a collision domain is a group of nodes that have the capability of sending frames at the same time as each other, resulting in collisions. In 1990, the IEEE 802.3 Committee created a new version of the Internet called the IO-Base-T to modernize the first generations of Ethernet. The biggest differentiator between hubs is the number of ports or connections that a single hub provides. If you ever run into a situation on a 10-base-T or later network in which none of the computers can get on the network, always check the hub first. The word base refers to a signaling type, baseband, or the type of cable that only carries one signal. Each pin on an RJ45 connects to a single wire inside the cable. This enables the devices to put voltage on the individual wires within the cable. NICs that can communicate only in one direction at a time run in half-duplex mode. Later advances enable NICs to send and receive data at the same time, thus running in full duplex mode. The tool used to secure a crimp onto the end of a cable is a crimper. That's simple enough. Now, industry standards for correct crimping of 4-pair TCP for base T networks, the TIA/EIA 568A and TIA/EIA 568B. Now, those are industry standard color codes for UTP cabling. Just a few years after the introduction of base T, a fiber optic version called base 10FL appeared. And I believe we're running out of time. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.